The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Andy Gallagher with the Machinists Lodge. And hello, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here on Muddy River News.
It's awesome to have you. So when I saw on my scheduling board, Guide Dogs of America, I've always been really fascinated by guide dogs because they just, well, for one, I'm a huge animal lover. And for two, just seeing what they bring to their people is outstanding and amazing, and it's always just been very interesting to me. So I know that you're with the Machinists Lodge, but you do have something in common with the Guide Dogs of America. Why don't you give me a little background of that?
Yeah, the Machinists Lodge, every year we put on a dance or some sort of event with the purpose to benefit the guide dogs.
Okay.
The guide dogs, they take these dogs, they start them 6-8 weeks of age, and they train them, and they give them to the legally blind, veterans, and facilities such as schools and nursing homes to help with people cope with stress and other ailments that they may or may not have.
Yeah. And they're very, very expensive, right?
Yeah, what I've been told, it costs $60,000 to $80,000 to train just one dog.
Damn, one dog.
Yeah.
That is.
It takes several years to get fully accomplished.
Do you know what they go through as far as training, or how long that takes, or what?
That's what I've been told. Takes several years.
Okay.
It's very, very extensive. Only 15% of the dogs they bring in actually pass the training.
Yeah. That's crazy. And I will say I was giving you a hard time because you didn't bring a dog, because at first I thought he was with the guide dogs. I was like, oh, if one more person shows up here without an animal, but I'll cut you some slack. But we're not going to cut Ricky Houston any slack, right?
Never.
He should be here. Anyway, what's up, Ricky? So back to guide dogs and the dance. So what you guys do, so what is the Machinists Lodge? Let's start there.
We're the local unions. We represent about 13 shops in the area. We're trying to put on events to raise money for guide dogs, and we're going to start opening our lodge up and having it available to the public for other events.
Okay, cool.
We want to get back out in the community and get more involved.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Guide Dogs of America, do you know like what typical breeds are of that? Do you know?
They do a lot of Labradors.
Labradors, yeah, that's what I see too. I'm always amazed that they like getting the people safely across the street, or like, how do you know you can I don't know, it just blows my mind. It's so interesting to me.
The one that I've met, it was a black dog. I don't know the breed of
Yeah.
it, but when the lady walked around with it, the dog was right there.
Yeah.
It did not move. It did not even acknowledge that I was there.
Right?
It just stayed focused on her and what she was doing. It was incredible.
They are amazing creatures. And it's definitely a worthwhile cause because, you know, I can't imagine, one, visually impaired is
It's tough on its own.
Right? It's tough. And then it's like veterans and, you know, service dogs. And I know some dogs help kids and adults with autism. Like these, you know, the animals, they do an incredible job. And, you know, as much as I want to walk up and pet them, I know you're not supposed to do that, right? Not supposed to. Anyway, all right. So you have a dance coming up to help support this great cause. Give me a little bit of information on that.
Well, we're having a live band.
Okay.
It's hearsay.
Great band.
We are doing food. We're going to have a ton of silent auction items.
Okay.
Thankfully, we live in a community with a bunch of generous businesses. They have donated items to us. We're putting them on the silent auction. We're going to raffle some of them off. It's going to be a good night.
Something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, did you mention food? Is there food?
We're having food.
Okay. And then cash bar?
Be donation bar.
Okay.
Donation.
Excellent. Doors open?
Doors open at 7. The event actually starts at 8, runs clear through midnight.
Okay. What day is this? Did we even
It'll
mention?
be Saturday, November 4th.
Saturday, November 4th.
This Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. Okay, cool. And at the Machinists Lodge?
Yep,
Okay.
out there on North 5th,
Okay.
5th and Cooks Lane area.
Do people get tickets ahead of time, or can they get them at the door, or how does that
Come at
work?
the door.
Okay, excellent. Sounds like it's going to be a fun night. Hearsay's a great band. If you haven't heard them, get out there and listen. I mean,
Yeah, they're really good.
They know how to put on a show.
They do a really good variety of music.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, Machinists Lodge, Saturday, November 4th. Go help them, help Guide Dogs of America. Just an outstanding organization and a great cause, right? All right.
We hope to see you all there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you for joining me again. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Coming up, I sit down with Meg Duncan and we chat about Hannibal.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Find furniture for the family room, bedroom, dining room, or home office. With new items arriving every week, discover furnishings and inspiration to create a better life at home. Harvey's Furniture, our home, your home. Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
On the next Muddy River Gem, brought to you by Dot Foods, we'll tour Windsong Acres, a farmstead now a popular event venue. Now that's the way an old barn door should sound. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
When we saw the picture of how it used to be, my wife and I looked at each other and said, "Oh my gosh, we have to restore that." We got the Mennonites it was really fun because the Mennonites were roofing and they were up there singing in German. And of course, I was a minister. We'd talk theology, at lunch breaks, And so when Gun Construction came to do that, there must have been 200 women and children formed this giant circle around when Gunn lifted that up and put it up there because they'd been
big celebration.
They'd been hearing of it. Shelley made treats for all the Mennonites that came. It was just we had a wonderful time.
That's coming up on the next Muddy River Gem, brought to you by Dot Foods.
And welcome back. Joining me now, Meg Duncan from Hannibal. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so glad you're here. It's been a long time.
Yes, I know. I missed you.
I missed you too. Welcome back. So, I say from Hannibal. You're not really. I know I say that every time, but you are Hannibal guru, right? You know it all down there.
Well,
so
I do. Yes. I mean, I don't know if I know it all, but I definitely, my whole life's been at Hannibal.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
And as far as knowing it all, you learned something today that we're just going to touch on real quick because it deserved to be highlighted, right?
Yeah, it's Quincy, not Hannibal. But something about me is because I'm kind of a loner, just in general, I love to go eat by myself.
I like to do it too, occasionally.
I love eating out by myself, like all the time.
Yeah.
I do it. And so I went today before I came here to the Village Inn. And I've been there a couple of times over the years.
Right.
But I was really in the mood for a veggie omelet with cheese and some pancakes.
I'm hungry.
And that's what I had. I am not now. So I did not know that you get free pie on Wednesdays at the Village Inn.
I didn't know that either.
That
and
was
I'm
the
born and
best.
raised in Quincy, so I'm a little sad with myself that I didn't know that.
It's okay. It's not going to change. You can still go
all day long.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like I told you a bit ago, I was just sitting there eating my pancakes, and I'm noticing like everybody around me is like going home with pie, and I'm like, these people like pie. And then I got up to the checkout, and the guy was like, "Aren't you gonna have pie?" And I'm like,
looks like the thing to do,
I guess. I mean, I really wasn't planning on pie. I just had pancakes, and which were amazing. And he was like, "It's free pie Wednesday."
Free pie Wednesday.
And I was like, "Is that every Wednesday?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's every Wednesday."
All right. Learn something new every single day here. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
I know. So I have Dutch apple pie in my car.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I know, and it was free.
And free. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, free pie Wednesday, Village Inn.
Free pie Wednesday, Village Inn. I know it's not Hannibal, but
that's definitely starting on a high
worth
note.
mentioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now on to Hannibal. Anything newsworthy happening there? I feel like there always is something.
Always is something. So obviously Tuesday is coming up, and that's our November 7 election. There's really not much on there for people to vote on. But the two things that are on there are things that have been really discussed, and one of them is the mayor race.
Okay.
So I've been talking with the candidates, except for Steve Collier, but
still none with him.
No, but I just don't think that he really, and that's okay. But I've reached out to the numbers I have, and then I have an address I'm going to try again, just to see if I can get to him beforehand.
Yeah.
And
he's just flying under the radar.
I think so.
That may not be a bad thing.
I have somebody that's sending me what they think is a better email address too.
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. So far, I just haven't had any luck with anything I've tried. But
and who are the other candidates?
So we have Barry Louderman.
Okay.
And Christy Trevathan.
Trevathan.
So they both kind of have I'll be honest, I really like them both.
Yeah.
I do. I've sat down with both of them and had conversations, and I think they both are, I think they're both really genuine about the things that they're saying and the things they want to do. They've both went out and knocked on a lot of doors and done a lot of footwork. And
now in Hannibal, is it like partisan? Like, is it?
So that's a good question, because it's something that was brought up actually when I talked to Christy Trevathan. Was saying no, it's not. Hannibal's not meant to be partisan. So I don't know a lot about it to speak super intelligently.
That's okay.
On it,
I was just curious if the candidates were, if they kind of publish, I guess, that they're Democrat or Republican, or if that sways the view locally there, because I know a lot of it does here, and I don't. My personal opinion is that it doesn't really have a place in local politics, but I think it does come into play with certain.
Right. I know, Barry Louderman has made it very clear that he's a conservative.
Okay.
And I had talked to Cindy O'Loughlin, which is, I know what she is, but it's
escaping you. That's okay.
Yeah.
Is she like the treasurer?
State senator.
I was like, is she the treasurer? So I clearly know nothing about politics. Okay.
Well, that's Missouri state senator.
Missouri,
thank you, Bob.
Yes.
I do know that. It's my allergies.
Yeah,
for sure.
I get it. You get an excuse.
And I'm still kind of reeling over the free pie. So
yeah.
Anyway, I talked with her at Barry's campaign launch. And I asked her, because she was saying, when in my interview with her, she was saying, well, he's a conservative. And I'm like, well, but how does that apply to the mayor race necessarily, And she said a lot of it with that applies in the way of finances. The finances are handled differently. Right. So and that's really all she had to say as far as how, because obviously the mayor's not going to determine a lot of those, political standpoints.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is pretty much financial, which I completely agree with that.
Yes. But Christy was saying that Hannibal is not meant to be partisan. Okay. And so, and both of them, I think, talked about the fact that they have both kind of underwent some attacks online. I mean, Facebook attacks, things like that, So and they were both surprised. Yeah, they got a lot of different stuff. And Barry was saying, some personal things with family, and and they both of them were very clear that the other candidate didn't do it.
Yeah.
And actually, I was impressed because I felt a mutual respect for each other.
Sure.
And I liked that. There wasn't any kind of
dirty tactics.
Not at all. And they both have said that they didn't want to go in that way, and they didn't want to campaign that way, things like that. So Christy is a lot of focused on rehabbing Hannibal.
Okay.
That's a lot. She had to say she's been in talk to a lot of different city employees and things like that. She's also really excited about the Riverview Park master plan. Yeah. So that Christy is on the tree board.
You guys have a Riverview master plan too?
Yeah.
How did I not know this? I feel like, okay, so everybody's improving their riverfront.
Yeah, well, ours is actually Riverview Park.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, so it's our park. I don't know if you know where Riverview Park is. Okay, yes. So there's a master plan for that will probably span over gosh, I think it's like the next 10, 15 years, maybe more.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot that she's focused on. And Barry's in the same place. He's focused on a lot of things like that too. And just trying to, better Hannibal. Both of them are for more jobs, both of them, things like that. But they both have also,
differing views.
Yeah, they both have different ways they want to go about things, but I find both interesting. And, they both said, like, in reality, though, they kind of want the same thing, which is a vibrant place for Hannibal to be and their kids to want to stay here. Yeah. So,
That's a good plan. That's a good vision.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, how you go about it is definitely probably the deciding factor.
Exactly. So I'll be really excited to see, and there's an article that I'll have coming out by the end of this week or the weekend is I think when we're going to run it. And just from my conversations with them on Monday, which I really enjoyed. And then the other issue on the ballot, which is the only other issue, is whether or not the city manager should be required to do the
transparency thing, the meeting minutes or whatever.
Monthly report.
Yeah.
So she has been doing a monthly report online. So, but there's still a vote out as to whether or not she's going to be like required, whether they're going to
put
it in there.
How long has this been? This has been going on a long time.
Yeah.
It's
like rekindling. Now, I will say the last...
Hopefully this puts it to bed.
Yeah, yes. And really, it's been kind of put to bed because the last few council meetings have been like smooth sailing.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. It's been... it's kind of been nice.
Yeah, that is nice. I know these... and the mayor, just real quick, I find this really interesting. So in Quincy, it's like a salaried position.
Yes,
and in Hannibal, it's... barely a paid position.
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that because that is something they both touched on that I liked. Was the fact that they're doing a lot of talking, and so yes, one, the mayor makes not even $3,000 a year.
I was going to say just a couple,
or maybe
$4,000.
$4,000. Yeah, it's not much. Yeah. And same with councilmen. We have our city manager who makes more and actually does all the business as a full-time job. The mayor does lead city council in some ways and things like that, and can definitely, as they've both said, influence city council the same that they influence each other, things like that.
Kind of like a liaison more than a...
And the mayor does vote in city council, I believe. So, what I liked that they were talking about during our interview was the fact that they were both like, in some ways, the election, especially kind of with those online things they were talking about, this really is, it's a mayor election. Hannibal's a great place, an important place, but it's Hannibal.
Right.
It's not national politics. Right. It's not...
Throttle it back a little bit.
I kind of liked it. They both had that. Not that they were like, this isn't important. They definitely, I can see, take it as what they're doing as important. But at the same time, they don't have this, expanded view of what it is. Yeah. So,
it's good to keep your feet on the ground. I mean,
I liked that. I was like, okay, that's good. That's very good. And, and then Tuesday, I will be going to whoever wins. I'll run over to their party. Yeah. Cool. So and see how excited they are.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, I know. So I really don't know. I don't have a clue who's going.
And
I don't vote. So I mean, I do vote.
Yeah.
I just mean I'm not in Hannibal, so I don't vote for this.
That makes sense. I was like, you.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to say. I do vote. I'm a registered voter, and I do, use my right to vote for sure. And I encourage everyone else to do that.
Yeah. And if you want her vote, free pie.
Yeah, free pie.
That's a way to get
free pie Wednesday. Actually, other places could have free pie Thursday and free pie.
Yeah, then we could just have a whole week of
free pie every day.
Just throw in some chili dogs and it would be good.
It would be good.
Well, I think we know the way to our hearts, right? A little bit of food, a little bit of kindness.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
And information, which I always seem to get a lot of from you every time we chat.
Sometimes, and then sometimes I don't have anything.
I love it though. Even when you have nothing, you still have. I love your company because you always have something fun to talk about.
Well, thank you. You too. I enjoy it so much.
Thank you. Well, I think on that note, you have anything else? Or are we good to go?
I can't think of anything else.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
go eat your pie. Thank you again. It was so nice to see you.
You too.
All right. I think that does it for today. We'll catch you back here tomorrow for Club Muddy.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.